Hey everybody, Cynic's Pipe Dream here, and in my first official video on my channel, I'm going to be talking about one of my current favorite games that I play, and it's a mobile game called Atlas Earth. You probably remember it from that one internet meme that went around like 3 years ago. It was all about buying more land in the metaverse. Yeah, this is that game. In my opinion, it really isn't a game. I'll get more into that later, but first let me address the main reason why most people would even try an app like this in the first place. And that is, can you actually make money from it? The short answer to the question is yes. The app actually pays out money and isn't a scam. The long answer is yes, but it will take you a bit of time and dedication in order to get to a point where you're actually making a good amount of money from it. I'm planning for this video to be kind of a mix between talking about the app itself, such as what kind of money you could feasibly make from it, and give you an idea about what you need to do in order to get to that point. Basically, I'll just lay out everything you'd want to consider before downloading and trying out the app for the first time and give you all the information you need to know about what to expect from it. That way you can make the most informed decision about whether or not you have the time or desire to play. After that, I'll go into the actual features of it and all the basics about starting the app for the first time. So, say you wanted to give the game a shot based on what I say in the first part. The second part will be all about the optimal gameplay strategy and things you need to know in order to maximize your earnings. If you don't really care about the background of the app and want to skip ahead to the second part, I'll put a timestamp on the screen right here for you so you can go ahead and jump to actually playing the app. Alright, so let's get started by going over what really is Atlas Earth. What's it all about? How do you even earn money with it? And what do you need to do in order to get that money? So, Atlas Earth was first launched on November 15th, 2021 by the company Atlas Reality. Earth was their second and, to date, most recent game that they've created, the first being titled Atlas Empires. I personally never played Empires, but from what I've seen, it's basically a mix between Pokemon Go and Clash of Clans, where you build a base and augmented version of the real world and form alliances with other people and attack others for resources. Empires ended up being not very popular and didn't quite catch on like Atlas Earth did, and its servers were officially shut down at the end of 24 so that the company could solely focus on features and improvements to Earth. Now, Atlas Earth is in a way pretty similar to Atlas Empires. In Atlas Earth, your main objective is to purchase tiles of land called parcels in another augmented version of the real world, and each parcel of land will pay out a tiny amount of real world money to the user. How much money, do you ask? Well, that would be around 0.000000011 dollars per second. However, this amount can go all the way up to 0.000000044 dollars per second based on how lucky you are with your purchases. Now, I'll go into the rarities in the second half, but based on the percentages, the average parcel earns about as much as a rare, which pays out 1.6 times 10 to the negative $9 per second. That is, each parcel that you own in the game makes around this much money. Multiply that by 60 seconds in a minute, 60 minutes in an hour, 24 hours in a day, and 365 days in a year, you get about 5 cents a year. But one feature that I haven't mentioned yet is the ability to boost the earnings of all your parcels for 1 hour by watching an ad, for up to 6 hours at a time. Starting off, this boost is a 30 times multiplier if you live in the United States, or a 20 times multiplier for most other countries. So let's go off of a 30 times boost. Now, assuming you might boost around 22 hours in a day, since you'll probably be missing a couple hours when you sleep, our previous calculation of 5 cents a year goes up to $1.40 per year per parcel. And the amount of ads you need to watch to get that amount of money? 8,030. Now, that number is only for one parcel of land, which the game gives you for free upon downloading the app for the first time. Now, let's say you earn 5 parcels of land. Well, now you're making $7 per year while watching the same number of boost ads as before. The question then becomes, how do you acquire more parcels of land? Well, each parcel of land costs you 100 pieces of the in-game currency, called Atlas Bucks, or AB for short. The fastest way to acquire said AB is to spend real money buying them outright. 100 Atlas Bucks goes for $5 in USD, or you can spend up to $100 on a pack directly from inside the app. There's also an online web store that you can access where you can buy more packs at a discounted rate, as well as access more detailed information about your account. I'll go into that one in more detail later in the video, but for now, let's take a look at these packs. Alright, not too bad. $100 for slightly more AB than the app. Let's just continue down and... Holy shit! $100,000?! Yes, you can spend the equivalent price of a house on virtual currency. And yes, people have bought it. The top 2 players in the app have bought around 3 of these packs. Each. But is it worth it to spend that much money? And will these whales be seeing a profit anytime soon? The answer is no. There are in-depth videos on YouTube that talk all about the math behind ROI and how many years it will take for someone to make their money back that I won't go in-depth on in this video. I'll link the videos and the Beer Money Engine channel in the description that you should definitely check out if you're wanting to learn more about the math, but in summary, it will take over 8 years for people who spend boatloads of money on Atlas Earth, and there's no guarantee that the app will be around that long. So how can you get Atlas Bucks without having to spend money? Well, there's many ways. You can watch an advertisement every 20 minutes to get 2 free Atlas Bucks if you live in the United States and 1 Atlas Buck everywhere else. You can utilize the Atlas Arcade and download games or other apps and get rewarded Atlas Bucks after reaching a milestone in said game. You can take surveys through the app and get compensated in AB for your information or opinions. They also have a merchant program where you can shop at partner locations and get some cash back in AB. Maybe one of these spots is on your list as a place you already go to and now you can get rewarded for it. And my favorite way to earn AB and where I earn the bulk of my Atlas Bucks are from mini games that happen 4 to 5 times a week at set intervals. These are tournament style games where you try to get as many wins as possible within the time limit and you get rewarded a portion of the pot depending on how well you rank amongst all the other players participating in your country. If you place high enough, you could be making over 100 Atlas Bucks an hour. Comparing that to watching 3 rewarded ads over an hour, yeah, it's way better. Now here's the thing. All these free options I listed out, while they don't cost you anything monetarily, there's a time cost associated with them all. Logging on every 20 minutes or so to watch an ad and playing a boring puzzle game you couldn't care less about for 2,000 levels, playing a minigame for over 3 hours straight. If you want the Atlas Bucks, you'll have to put the time and effort into getting them. And I understand that a lot of people would rather do something better with their time than play a game like Atlas Earth. You've got to really embrace the grind and trust the process of it all if you want to make the money. For reference, I first downloaded the app back in October of 2022, and my first $5 cash out wasn't until January of 2023. Back then, the only way you could get AB was from the 20-minute ad in the Diamond Wheel, which you can only spin 5 times a day. I was at over 40 parcels of land when I cashed out $5, but then the next $5 came faster. And as I made more AB and bought more parcels, it continued to get faster. Soon I was cashing out $10 every couple of weeks, and fast forward 2.5 years later, I'm up to almost 3,000 parcels and have cashed out $1,220, all free to play. Yes, I'm the top free to play player on the game, but it required countless hours of letting ads play or playing in minigames that I rage about how broken and stupid they are. It happens at least one time every minigame where I curse about how buggy or laggy it is. But the truth is, I embrace the grind. I grew up playing countless idle or grindy monotonous games on my phone or laptop, but now I'm getting paid for doing pretty much the same thing. And now I'm at the point where I'm getting paid pretty well for it. Now, I realize I'm a pretty big outlier and 99.99% of players aren't going to reach the level I have, so I'm not going to persuade you to download the app. I'm just here to explain that the app is not a scam, they actually pay out, and it doesn't have anything to do with crypto. Fun fact, this was a big deal for me when I first started out. I told myself if the game had anything to do with crypto, I was going to delete it outright. But it didn't, and I stuck with it, and I'm very glad that I did. The number on the top of your screen is real money in USD, not some random shitcoin. So if you want to try it out, give it a shot and see if it's something you think you want to do. I don't think it takes too much effort to watch an ad whenever you just remember to, and then you'd be making a parcel every few days, building up your account, and after a few months, hey, you've got $5 now. And the next $5 will come quicker and quicker. So if you want to give it a shot, I'll put my referral link and code down in the description and probably on the screen. If you put it in the app, you'll get 200 free Atlas Bucks after you buy your 11th parcel, and I'll get a little something too. But please, don't go spending any money on the game if your goal is to make money. Now, if you're somewhat interested in the app, or you're still a little bit on the fence about what you can really do in it, or maybe you just started the app and wanted to know the optimal way to play, This second part of the video, I'll let you know all the ways you can maximize your earnings and how I play myself. This is more of a general overview of some of the main features Atlas Earth has to offer and how I personally utilize them. If you want to learn more about certain things that I talk about, I cannot recommend the Beer Money Engine YouTube channel enough. They are very good and very detailed, so please give them a listen if you want more details on what I'll be talking about. So I'm just going to go through one of my typical days on the app. When I wake up in the morning and open up the app for the first time of the day, I either watch my 20-minute ad or I watch one Boost ad first if I ran out overnight. After my 20-minute ad, I go and watch as many Boost ads as I can until I reach the maximum limit of 6 hours. Once you reach over 5 hours of Boost, you won't be able to watch any more until after your Boost goes below 5 hours again. Then I go and click the green calendar button on the left side of the screen. This is your daily login bonus and unlocks after you've acquired 5 parcels. Every day, if you remember to come in here and hit collect, you earn 1 free Atlas Buck. There are also special milestone days where you earn more than 1 AB. On day 7 you get 8, day 14 you get 25, day 30 you get 50, day 60 you get 80, and day 90 you get 200 AB. These days are consecutive, so if you forget to log in one day when you're in the middle of the ladder, you'll get reset back to day 1 and have to start all over. Also, after completing day 90, the next day you'll start back at day 1 again. Now, you might be wondering what the right side of the calendar is for and why it's so much more AB per day than the left side. Well, that's the Explorers Club. It's a $50 per month subscription. I will not be talking about it in this video since I feel you shouldn't purchase it if you want to maximize your monetary earnings. Like I said, your best bet is to not spend anything on the app if your goal is to make as much money as you can. Side note, if you look at the scrolling feed on the map page or at any of the leaderboards, any user with this compass next to their name means that they are a member of the Explorers Club, so you could tell who's spending at least $50 that month on the game. After checking the calendar, I then go over to the Events tab and click on the Diamond Wheel button. In order to spin the wheel though, you need to collect diamonds first. Now, if you look around your map, you'll probably see these blue diamonds floating nearby. In order to collect them, you'll need to move closer to them in the real world until they're within the boundaries of this outer circle that's around your astronaut. Once you're within the required distance, just tap on the diamond and it will be added to your inventory. Back to the diamond wheel. You're able to spin it a maximum of 5 times per day. The first 3 spins cost 1 diamond, and the next 2 you must watch an ad beforehand as well as pay a diamond. So you end up spending 5 diamonds and watching 2 ads for 5 total spins. If you click on this question mark icon, you'll be able to see the chances for landing on each tile. The best outcome, or a jackpot, is 50 Atlas Bucks, whereas getting your diamond back pretty much is considered a loss since you basically lose that spin for the day. Calculating the average of these outcomes gets you around 1.8 Atlas Bucks per spin, so on average you should be getting around 9 AB from the wheel per day. The most AB I've ever gotten from the wheel in a single day is 70, and on the contrary, there have been about 4 or 5 times I've only gotten 2 AB, so it's all just luck. After that, I mainly open the app whenever it's about time to watch my 20-minute ad, and I try to boost up immediately after my time drops below 5 hours. If I have the time, like on a weekend when I'm free for most of the day, I like to set a timer for 19 minutes and 30 seconds on my PC, so whenever it goes off, I get back on the app right in time to watch my ad, just as it becomes available to me. Now, I don't set timers when I'm at work, though. This app is not worth risking my job over, but I still get on whenever there's downtime and make sure to stay fully boosted throughout the day. Although for most of the day I'm not really on the app for extended periods of time, that all changes on days where minigames are played. Minigames occur on the afternoon on 4 set days every week: Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday, with the last Saturday of each month being a Super Minigame Saturday. Minigames on the weekdays are 2 hours long in the US and 1 hour long everywhere else, whereas those on Sunday are 3 hours in the US and 2 hours elsewhere. On Super Minigame Saturdays, a total of 5 different minigames are held throughout the day for 1 hour each in all countries. There are a total of 6 different game modes currently in the minigame rotation, each of them being a 1v1 match where you're often paired against someone with similar amount of wins to your own. Racing. The first minigame, released in May of 2023, sees players perform 4 shifts within a green range, and whoever shifts the best wins. What that best is, no one really knows, but there are many guides available to help you get started. In fact, in a future video, I'll be giving my own tips and tricks for each of these minigames, but for now, check out the guides created by one of the OG players, Tasty Wallet, to get you started in the meantime. I'll put a link to that in the description. Fishing was the second minigame released back in July of 2023. Players try to catch fish that appear within a spinning circle within a 40-second time frame, and the player who catches the most wins. A maximum of 16 fish each game will spawn, with the occasional 17th fish appearing that tends to cause a lot of frustration for yours truly. Golf is the third oldest minigame, first released in September of 2023. In it, players try to hit within colored ranges as a meter goes up and down. Hitting in the green gets you 1 point, blue gives you 2 points, purple gives you 3, and yellow gives you 4, whereas hitting in the gray is a miss and worth 0 points. The player with the most points after 30 seconds wins, and a maximum of 12 shots can be attempted for a maximum possible score of 48 points. In Warship, released in February of 2024, bullets fall from the top of your screen in one of 3 possible columns, and clicking the correct fire button when the icon is within the circle deals damage to your opponent. Successfully hitting 5 bullets in a row drops a faster moving missile, which, if hit, deals a much more significant amount of damage. The player who deals the most amount of damage to their opponent wins. Bowling was first introduced in June of 2024, and it works very similar to golf, except the meter goes right to left instead. Clicking within the green earns you 4 points, the yellow earns you 2 points, red earns you 1 point, and gray earns you nothing. Getting all greens gives you a maximum of 5 throws with a score of 20. However, there is a trick that is used by most top players who are getting an early 2 allows for an extra shot at the end and a max score of 22. Whoever scores the most points wins the match. Lastly, the newest minigame introduced into Atlas Earth is Rock, Paper, Scissors, which was released in May of 2025. Both players choose between rock, paper, or scissors on each turn. As usual, rock beats scissors, scissors beats paper, and paper beats rock. Winning a turn earns you 1 point, and a tie results in no points being given to either player. The first person to 3 points wins the game. One aspect that slightly changes my everyday gameplay are monthly challenges, which can be found by clicking the purple checklist on the map screen. Here, you could see a bar in the middle with different milestones you can reach. In order to fill the bar, you'll need to earn a certain amount of points over the course of a month, and these points can be gotten through the tasks listed under View Challenges. Here you could see various missions that you can complete by interacting with the app's features. Tasks that don't require spending money and the ones I focus on include winning a certain amount of wins in each of the minigames, completing surveys and arcade challenges, watching rent boost ads, buying parcels, and buying badges. Other tasks that require spending some amount of money include converting earned rent back into AB, using the Atlas travel program to book a hotel, or buying something from one of the stores in the Atlas Merchant Program, or AMP. There can be multiple levels to some of the challenge tasks, where higher levels require more of the set tasks to be completed but earn you more points for the latter. For example, the first level of minigames is to win 4 games for 20 points, while the next level is to win 7 games for 30 points. Only up to 10 tasks are shown to you at a time, and progress will only count if you complete tasks while they are shown. If you manage to earn all the points required before the end of the month, you'll earn up to 294 Atlas Bucks, 6 diamonds, and a free passport badge, which I'll talk about more shortly. Like the Explorer Club, the right-hand side is locked unless you buy a monthly subscription that costs $15 per month, which I won't be focusing on in this video. I'm trying to stay optimal here, and in my opinion, spending money on the game is not optimal. There are a few resources out there that list the task order for each month, such as a spreadsheet created by the Atlas Community Manager AnneliseCW and player Kashol, which can be viewed on the Atlas Earth Calculator website created by fellow player KCFan. Speaking of which, the calculator has a ton of cool resources where you can input your statistics and find out exactly how much money you're earning each day, or on average per week, month, and year. Check it out at atlasearthcalculator.com if you haven't done so already. Now let's go into some specific gameplay features that can help you boost your earnings and enhance overall gameplay that you should keep in mind. First, if you go into your Shop tab, you'll see this section near the top titled Available Passport Badges. In most places where the game is available, you'll see 3 badges that you can purchase at any time. On the leftmost side is a city badge, in the middle is the state badge, and on the right is the country badge. Each badge costs 200 Atlas Bucks to purchase. As I mentioned before, buying these can help with completing your monthly challenges, but having badges also gives you a boost in rent. On the map screen, click on your profile picture in the upper left-hand corner and you'll see a space near the top under your username that shows your current passport level and boost. Tapping on the question mark gives you more information on how passport levels work. Reaching a certain amount of earned or purchased badges gives you a permanent boost in the rent your parcels make. You start off with 0 badges, which gives you no additional rent boost. Once you get your first badge, you'll earn an additional 5% rent boost. After that, you need to get 10 more badges in order to reach the next passport level. So once you get to 11 total badges, your permanent boost increases from 5% to 10%. Reaching 31 badges, you'll earn 15% extra. 61 badges, you'll earn 20% extra. And having 101 or more badges will give you an extra 25% permanent rent boost on all of your parcels. Currently, after you earn your 101st badge, you don't have to worry about badges at all ever again. That is, until Atlas feels the need to add another boost tier sometime in the future. So for now, I'm at the point where I'm not purchasing any more badges, and the ones I earn from the monthly challenges are just a personal bonus, but don't contribute to anything more. Just to clarify, the passport boost works separately from the rent boost that you get from watching ads. So let's go over a quick scenario. Say a player owns 40 parcels and 4 badges. Like I said earlier in the video, an average parcel earns around 1.6 times 10 to the negative $9 per second. We said this player has 40 parcels, so we'll multiply this number by 40. Having 4 badges means this player is on the first badge tier and earns an extra 5% on top of the base rent that their parcels earn. Thus, we multiply this number by 1.05. Lastly, if this player is from the United States, they can boost their rent by a multiple of 30 by watching ads. So multiplying again by 30 gives us how much this player would be earning a second, which comes out to be 2.016 times 10 to the negative $6 per second, or about 17.5 cents per day and about $63.58 per year. There are guides out there that go over the optimal times to buy badges over parcels, including the online calculator, which has a section denoted Next Action to Take. The online guides by Tasty Wallet also go over everything you need to know and more about strategies. Both links will be down in the description. I saved the best part for last, actually buying parcels. Once you have at least 100 Atlas bucks in your account, click on the green Buy Land button, and from there you could click on any of the green squares on your screen. After a few confirmation screens, you'll be given a plot of land with a random rarity. To find more out about rarities, click on your profile picture again and click on the question mark in the top right corner above your list of parcels. Any parcel you buy has a 50% chance of being common, 30% chance of being rare, 15% chance of being an epic, and a 5% chance of being legendary. Naturally, the better the rarity, the more rent that parcel generates for you, with an epic generating 2 times the money of a common and a legendary generating 4 times that of a common. Now, while it might be tempting to buy a parcel just wherever you currently are, there's a little bit of strategy that you should consider first. Remember when I talked about before with the country, state, and city badges? Well, each parcel you buy can help lead you to a player title. Titles can be found in the leaderboard, which is the orange trophy icon on the map screen. Here you'll see leaderboards of the top overall Atlas Earth players, and each of the next tabs are the country leaderboard, which shows the president being the player with the most parcels overall in the country, the state, showing the governor being the player with the most parcels overall in a certain state, and the city leaderboard showing the mayor being the player with the most parcels overall in a certain city. Buying a parcel within the boundaries of a city contributes towards being mayor of that city, as well as governor of the state and president of the country that that city is within. By having the most parcels owned in a certain area, you get a title added to your profile, and the best part is, anyone who purchases that area's badge, the mayor gets a 10% cut of, so 20 Atlas bucks. For instance, I'm currently located in the city of Wapakoneta, and if I were to purchase the Wapakoneta badge for 200 Atlas bucks, the current mayor, Emanroy00, would earn 20 Atlas bucks. I've already bought the Ohio and USA badges, but if I were to do so, Shaman 15 would earn 40 Atlas Bucks, since he is both the governor of Ohio and the president of the US. Payouts occur at Midnight Coordinated Universal Time, which is around 8 p.m. Eastern and 5 p.m. Pacific in the United States, and the current mayor at that time earns the payouts for the whole day. In my case, I'm currently the mayor of 9 different areas, and my record for most badges sold in a single day is 9. So, being strategic with where to become mayor, such as a city with a higher population or lots of traffic or highways going through it, can be very beneficial and lead to free Atlas Bucks that you can earn passively. You're able to view any mayorship as well as how many parcels the current mayor has by using the web app at app.atlasearth.com. Once you sign in using the same credentials you used when making your account on the mobile app, go to the Maps tab and you can move to any city, state, or country and view the current leaderboards. From the web app, you can also view your stats as well as do surveys. Plus, this is where you'd buy your subscriptions if you were to so choose to spend money on the game. Lastly, and this is the most important topic, is that you should be cautious about how many parcels you currently own at a given time. Why is that? Remember earlier what I said about US players starting off with a 30 times boost, but players in most other countries starting off with 20 times? Yep, there are different boost levels, and unfortunately they decrease as you continue to acquire more and more parcels. To see the boost charts, click on the boost icon when you have the opportunity to boost up, and there's a teeny tiny link located right here that you can click to see the boost charts. Clicking on this link will redirect you to a website that has different charts for each of the countries. Basically, different countries have different advertisement markets, so advertisers are willing to pay more money for their ads to be shown in the US over other countries like Canada, and even more so over countries like Mexico. And since Atlas Earth pays the player based on a portion of the ad revenue they earn, these charts reflect that market. For instance, looking at Mexico, a player who regularly boosts would earn more money by having 50 parcels over having 51 parcels, because at 51 parcels their boost drops from 20 times to 15 times. Thus, strategic players do something called tier jumping, where they save up a certain amount of Atlas Bucks in order to buy the required amount of parcels to reach the top of the next boost tier. For instance, looking back at Mexico, once a player has 50 parcels, it would be in their best interest to save up 3,500 Atlas Bucks to immediately be able to get to 85 parcels and be at the top of the 15 times boost tier. The player can also choose to jump to what's known in the community as the break-even point of the tier, which is the amount of parcels required in the next tier to be earning the same amount of money on average as you were at the top of the previous tier. Sometimes this is in the middle of the next tier or towards the top. The online calculator does a good job at calculating what your break-even point would be based on the country and parcel distribution that you enter. Another thing to consider with tiers is the occasional super rent boost event. Currently, these occur twice a month, so about one time every 2 weeks, and last for 32 hours at a time. During this event, every player is given a 50 times rent boost whenever they watch their hourly boost ads, regardless of their current boost tier. Yes, even those including myself who are at the maximum 2 times boost tier are given a 50 times boost during this event. This is the event where the players who put in tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars earn a majority of their money, since they too are earning 50 times on all of their earnings. The biggest player, Shaman 15, who owns 121,285 parcels, makes over $1,000 over the course of a 32-hour Super Rent Boost event. Granted, he had to spend over $300,000 in order to reach that point, so he still has a long way to go before he's back in the green. And that's pretty much it. You now know all the basics about the game you need to know in order to optimally play as a free-to-play player. There's a few other features that I didn't mention, such as legendary parcel upgrades and putting your parcels up for sale, but in my opinion, utilizing them isn't very practical. If, however, you're interested in learning more about the things I did or didn't mention, I'd recommend checking out Tasty Wallet's guides online as well as the Beer Money Engine video guides on YouTube. I'd also recommend checking out Bronze Dragon's channel if you want to learn more about the latest news and updates about the game, such as future features that are in the works. But for now, thank you all so much for watching my video on the introduction of the game. I put a lot of work into this with the research, script, recordings, and editing, so I hope it was both beneficial and entertaining for you to watch or listen to. If you want to check out the game for yourself, consider entering my referral code F60FFU in the space in the shop tab or downloading the app through my special link in the description. You'll earn 200 Atlas bucks for free after purchasing your 11th parcel, and I'll earn 100 as well, so we'll both benefit from it. If you liked the video, feel free to give it a thumbs up, and if you like this kind of content and want to see more, feel free to subscribe to my channel or check out what other videos I have to offer. As of this upload, it's currently not that much, but I'm hoping to get a regular upload schedule of about one video a week. But until then, thank you all so much for watching, and have a great rest of your day. Bye guys.